Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new video about the top large cap stocks. I will give you 5 top large cap stocks with excellent growth characteristics and strong momentum. And this is part 2 of the series. So if you missed part 1 of the top large cap stocks, please have a look on my channel. There are excellent large cap stocks as well. So before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And one more note, please subscribe now to my channel so that you do not miss any market leading stocks from me going forward. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first top large cap stock. And as you can see it in the chart, it is QCOM, Qualcomm. Here you can see the longer term chart of Qualcomm. And as you can see, we have been moving sideways from, let's say, June 2014 until, let's say this year, until this year, July. We had a longer term sideways consolidation phase, and this year in July we could break out of that multi-year consolidation and trade strongly to the upside and form a nice and new uptrend. The short-term chart, you see that nice uptrend here, and you can see as well we have been gapped up on earnings strongly on the July earnings, and also we gapped up on the November earnings strongly to the upside. So I think these gap ups show that there are insiders coming into the stock, and this is a favorable sign. See real gap ups on earnings. And recently here we are building a high handle after that earnings gap up, and I think soon we could trade to the upside further in Qualcomm. Qualcomm's growth characteristics are very good. The EPS growth is excellent with 233%. The sales growth is okay with 12%, and the relative strength rating is okay as well with 82. And Qualcomm is in a hot sector, in the tech semiconductor sector, which has been a leading sector for quite some years now. So I think Qualcomm is definitely a top large cap stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for Qualcomm. Now let's have a look at the next top large cap stock, and it is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. Here you can see the longer term chart of Zoom Video, and as you can see, Zoom Video has been an IPO in April 2019. After its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base here, and it could break out of that IPO base this year in March and form a nice and very strong uptrend. In the short-term chart, you see that uptrend, and you can see as well we have been consolidating since September in Zoom Video and building a base here, and now we are trading near the lows of the base. I think soon we could reverse and continue the uptrend in Zoom Video. Zoom Video's growth characteristics are excellent. The EPS growth is super strong with 5,050%. The sales growth is also very strong with 361%. And the relative strength rating is excellent as well with 98. And Zoom Video is in a hot sector in the communication services space. And I think the need for communication services is more than ever with that corona pandemic. And I think it will continue in the future with a shifting workplaces. So I think Zoom Video is definitely a top large cap stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for Zoom Video. Now we come to the next top large cap stock, and it is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Here you can see the longer term chart of AMD, and as you can see, we have been in an uptrend since, let's say, June 2018. We have been in a very strong uptrend in AMD. In the short-term chart here, you see, let's say, a base building phase here. We had a nice base building, or here we had an uptrend, and here we had a base building phase. We could break out of that base in July and trade strongly to the upside, and now we are building a new base, or let's say which is a consolidation phase. We could break out of that. I mean, do you see that line here around $88? We could break out. I mean, this was here resistance, and here resistance, and we could break above this line, and now we are building a high handle here. And if we can break out from that high handle and take out that high strongly, I think this would be an excellent sign for AMD, and I think then we could be off to the races in AMD. AMD's growth characteristics are very good. The EPS growth is very strong with 267%. The sales growth is also very strong with 41%. And the relative strength rating is good with 89. And AMD is in a hot sector in the tech semiconductor sector, which has been a leading sector for the last 10 years. So I think AMD is definitely a top large cap stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for AMD. Now let's have a look at the next top large cap stock, and it is SQ, Square. Here you can see the longer term chart of Square, and as you can see, Square was a recent IPO in November 2015. After its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base here, broke out of that IPO base and traded and formed a very strong uptrend until, let's say, October 2018. And from October 2018 until this year, March this year, we have been consolidating and in Square, and this year we had a strong breakdown in Square, but we made the March low this year. After the March low this year, we reversed strongly in Square, traded to the upside strongly from the nice new uptrend. And also you can see, I mean, we traded around the lows this year, $33, and now we are at $216. I mean, this is a very strong move of the lows. The short-term chart here, you see this nice uptrend, and you can see as well here we bounce off the moving averages, and here it looks like we bounce off the 100-day moving average. So, and here we had a base building phase, and we could break out of that base, and now it looks like we are building a high handle. Square's growth characteristics: the EPS growth is good with 32%. The sales growth is very good with 102%. And the relative strength rating is good as well with 94. And Square is in a hot sector in the tech software sector, which has been a leading sector for quite some years now with excellent performances. So I think Square is definitely a top large cap stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for Square. Now we come to the last top large cap stock for today, and it is BYDDY. BYD. Here you can see the longer term chart of BYD, and as you can see, we have been in a long-term sideways, volatile sideways movement in BYD, and there was, you can see as well, here's a very strong resistance in BYD, which we could not trade above that for the majority of time of that sideways movement, and this was around $14.70. And this year in June, we could break out above this resistance line at $14.17 and trade to the upside and form a nice and strong uptrend in BYD. The short-term chart, you see that nice strong uptrend. And you can see as well, we have been moving sideways and consolidating since the start of November in BYD. And so I think, soon we could continue the uptrend and break out of that consolidation phase. BYD's growth characteristics are excellent. The EPS growth is super strong with 1,602%. The sales growth is also good with 35%. And the relative strength rating is excellent with 97. And BYD is in a hot sector in the vehicles and EV space. So I think BYD is definitely a top large cap stock to focus on. Okay, everybody. So these were the top large cap stocks for today. I hope there are some nice large cap stocks for you in that video, which you can use for your own research. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. This would help me very much. And also please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below so that you do not miss any market leading stocks from me going forward. And I had fun making that video, and I hope to see you again in the future. And I wish you good luck in trading and take care in this corona pandemic. And I hope to see you soon. Cheers.